That is one big pile of shit.
We'll find the sacred heart somewhere bleeding in the night. Yeah. Look for the light and find the sacred heart.
So Sacred Heart, for me, is probably Dio's worst album, but it's not that bad for being their worst album. It's definitely, like, above average, in my opinion. Like, it's not nearly as good as anything else. There's a lot of filler and even some really shitty songs in here. Came out in 1985, and the chemistry in the band is way off at this point. Historically, there was infighting all the time between Vivian Campbell and Dio and everyone in there, and it definitely shows in the music. A lot of stuff is just rehashed or completely uninspired riffs. I used to absolutely hate the artwork because it looked cheesy to me, but now I really like it. It's actually kind of cool. It's Dio holding this like glass ball with a dragon on the inside and some cool Latin written around the edge. And what's also cool about the whole dragon thing is that live for this album, they actually had a giant ass mechanical dragon for their live show. Dio sounds good in this album. Vivian Campbell, who's a fucking douchebag and will leave at the end of this album, thank God, actually leaves during the tour for it. They had to get Craig Goldie in. But his guitar playing is extremely lackluster here, and his riffs are extremely lackluster. His soloing's boring. It's like he really did not care at this point. We have the King of Rock and Roll, which begins kind of weird. It sounds like they're playing live, but it's actually the studio recorded and they put like a live track at the beginning for some reason. Kind of a generic title, but the riffs kind of speed metal. It's really heavy and cool, although it's not as great as it could have been. You know, it's sort of forgotten, and I won't say it deserves to be forgotten, but I could understand why. It's cool, but it's not that memorable. Then we have the title track, The Sacred Heart, which is the longest song in the album. This is like the epic song here, and it sounds epic as how the keyboard work and everything sounds fucking epic. It reminds me a lot of the chorus of Stargazer with that awesome way Dio sings. It just sounds so epic. Just kind of that two riffs over and over throughout the song, but it's really cool. The solo's nice, and everything about it's classic. It's easily the best off this whole album. Then we have Another Lie, which is sort of generic. It has that weird rock and roll-y sort of thing to it, and the chorus is very forgettable. It's an okay song. Then we have Rock and Roll Children, which is a single and considered a classic from this album, but I don't think it's as good as a lot of other people think it is. It's sort of generic to me, and the lyrics are really cheesy, but it's still a good song. It has great riffs to it. The chorus is melodic and nice, and it does have this passionate sound to it, but it feels like the riffs and the songwriting wasn't as good as some of the melodies. Then we have Hunger for Heaven. Stop with the fucking Rainbow in the Dark ripoffs! It didn't fucking work with Mystery, so stop beating the dead horse. And this song sounds so shitty and cheesy. What the fuck were you doing, Dio? Stop trying to go for that hit and just make some awesome song. And everything after this would be such a fucking breath of fresh air because he's not ripping off his songs as much anymore. And speaking of ripping off, the next song is a complete fucking rip-off of Straight Through the Heart. It's called Like the Beat of a Heart. Ooh, we're trying to be original. It sounds exactly like fucking Straight Through the Heart, and it even sounds like the intro of One Night in the City, but this one's just fucking completely rip-offish and not even that memorable or good. Just Another Day is kind of a weird song, but it has a really cool chorus. It has a really fast riff to it that I really enjoy. So easily one of the better songs of the album. It's a lot more memorable and pretty kick-ass. Fallen Angels is sort of cool. Has some great riffs here and there, and then some not great riffs. It feels very disjointed and all over the place. The chorus is kind of cool, and for what I remember, I think the verse was cool. It has some cool riffs in there. Then we have Shoot Shoot. What the fuck should I say about Shoot Shoot? This song, I kind of liked it at first. It's so catchy that it's one of those songs where it's like, yeah, it's alright at first, and then it gets stuck in your head for hours and hours and hours on end while you're at work and you're trying to fucking do stuff, and all you think is shoot, shoot. If a stranger points a gun, you say, shoot, 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 shoot me in the fucking head! I give this album that's pretty disjointed, but hey, it has some cool kick-ass songs in there. A 6.7 out of 10. You could have done better than this, Dio. Come on. I blame it on Vivian Campbell. That guy is just such a thunder cunt, so Dio had nothing to do with it. It was Vivian fucking Campbell.